Good evening, I'm Ava, and this is NFL Trending. Tonight, we explore one of the most intriguing questions coming out of the 2025 NFL Draft. Who is the Colorado rookie that could end up overshadowing Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter in the National Football League? When the draft concluded, all eyes were on Sanders and Hunter, the two stars who carried Colorado into national relevance under Deion Sanders. Shedeur, the prolific quarterback who rewrote passing records, landed with the Cleveland Browns in the 5th round. Travis Hunter, the two-way phenom who made history as the first cornerback-receiver Heisman winner, was selected 2nd overall by the Jacksonville Jaguars. But as those two names dominated headlines, another Colorado product slipped into the league with less fanfare yet with the potential to steal the spotlight: wide receiver LaJohntay Wester. Wester joined the Baltimore Ravens in the 6th round, the 203rd overall selection. At first glance, it looks like a depth move. But those who watched him closely at Colorado know the truth. This is a receiver built to succeed. In just 1 year with the Buffaloes, Wester recorded 931 yards and 10 touchdowns, proving himself as one of the most reliable and explosive weapons in their offense. His ability to separate, his sharp route running, and his fearless playstyle make him exactly the kind of under-the-radar rookie who could carve out an NFL role far quicker than expected. Contrast that with the paths in front of Sanders and Hunter. Shedeur enters Cleveland as the 4th quarterback on the depth chart, behind veterans and another rookie, Dillon Gabriel. After falling to the 5th round, critics quickly questioned his NFL readiness. The same pocket tendencies that thrived in college may be liabilities in the pros, and his development timeline could stretch longer than fans expect. For now, he is buried on the bench, facing a climb just to earn practice reps. The expectations attached to his name make his challenge even heavier. Hunter, meanwhile, brings star power unlike anyone else in his class. The Jaguars plan to use him as both a cornerback and a wide receiver, just as he did in college. His athletic gifts are unmatched, and his selection at number 2 overall proves how much Jacksonville believes in him. But history shows how rare it is to succeed as a true two-way player in the NFL. The physical toll, the learning curve, and the week-to-week demands of the professional game may force adjustments. Hunter could still become a superstar, but his ceiling comes with significant risks. That is where Wester quietly enters the conversation. Baltimore has built a reputation for turning mid- to late-round receivers into valuable contributors. They value toughness, special teams versatility, and immediate production. Wester checks all those boxes. While Sanders fights for a spot and Hunter battles expectations, Wester steps into an environment where he can grow naturally with opportunities to contribute early. Consider the Ravens' offense. Lamar Jackson thrives when surrounded by receivers who can get open quickly and make plays after the catch. Wester's style fits that mold. He's elusive, he's quick out of his breaks, and he is fearless in traffic. Add in his potential on kick returns and punt coverage, and Baltimore gains multiple ways to use him right away. That kind of role is exactly how rookies build careers that outlast their draft slot. The storylines surrounding these 3 rookies say a lot about how the NFL works. Draft position creates narratives, but production changes legacies. Shedeur Sanders carries the weight of being Deion's son, the college star who slid further than expected. Travis Hunter carries the pressure of being a generational pick, expected to live up to almost impossible standards. And LaJohntay Wester carries none of that. Instead, he brings the freedom to simply prove himself. NFL history is filled with examples of overlooked players who became stars. Tom Brady, drafted 199th overall, rewrote the history books. Tyreek Hill, a 5th-round pick, developed into one of the league's most feared weapons. The Ravens themselves found stars like Mark Andrews in the 3rd round and Orlando Brown Jr. in the 3rd round as well. Wester may not follow those exact paths, but his skill set and situation place him in a position to thrive. That doesn't mean Sanders and Hunter won't succeed. Shedeur has the arm talent to grow into an NFL starter if given time, and Hunter could become one of the league's most electric players. But when we ask who could overshadow them in their rookie campaigns, Wester is the answer. Expectations shape perception. If Hunter isn't dominant in year 1, Critics will question his two-way workload. If Shedeur doesn't climb the depth chart quickly, the spotlight on his draft slide will only intensify. Wester, though, needs only to contribute a strong preseason, a few meaningful snaps, or a key special teams play to win headlines and highlight reels. Another factor working in Wester's favor is fit. Baltimore has long leaned on role players who develop into bigger pieces of their puzzle. The Ravens don't need him to be a number one target, but they will give him chances to showcase his skill set in designed roles. For a rookie, that balance of opportunity without overwhelming responsibility is priceless. Compare that to Hunter's pressure to play on both sides of the ball immediately, or Sanders' challenge of learning behind veterans, and Wester's path looks far more attainable. Fans in Colorado may have expected the Sanders-Hunter duo to define the NFL future, but football often surprises us. The overlooked name, the player without the same hype, can suddenly leap forward. That's why analysts are already pointing to Wester as the Colorado rookie most likely to make noise first. It is still early. Training camps are only beginning. Preseason games and regular season matchups will tell the real story. But based on opportunity, fit, and skill, Wester's name deserves to be in the same breath as Shedeur and Travis. In fact, by the end of the season, it may be his name leading the conversation. The NFL has a way of humbling rookies and rewriting expectations. Shedeur Sanders could yet prove doubters wrong. Travis Hunter could yet revolutionize the two-way role. But LaJohntay Wester, the sixth-round Raven, has the perfect blend of skill and circumstance to overshadow them both. This season, as we watch the development of Colorado's most talked-about stars, keep an eye on Baltimore. The next great storyline may not come from a first-rounder or a famous name. It might just come from the player who slipped under the radar on draft night. I'm Ava, and this has been NFL Trending. Stay tuned for more stories, more insight, and more of the league's biggest headlines.